The opinions expressed on Goddess of the Nile Radio are expressions for informational and entertainment purposes only and are not intended as a diagnosis, treatment, or a substitute for professional advice. Please consult a professional for your specific needs or concerns. We encourage you to use the topics discussed to generate your own conversation within the community. Should you have any questions or concerns regarding the content of the show, please feel free to use the hashtag GNR or email lovenileradio@gmail.com.
Goddess of the Nile Radio would like to thank all of our Patreon account members and followers, our anonymous sponsor for making this YouTube Live possible, our small business sponsors, It's a Wrap and Haru Heads, our artist sponsors, Tanisha Clark, Brother Ali, Rosie Delma, and Kankara Music, our spiritual supporters, Yeshua's Lightworkers, Moorish Americans, and Indigo 11 Tribe, our spiritual teachers and mentors, Lucid Living TV, Infinite Waters, You Are Creators, and Understanding. And to the most important people for making this dream possible, you, our listeners. We are Goddess of the Nile Radio, and we do this for you.
It's a long, long way from love, but you never be alone, 'cause I'm here for you, baby, always to sing your melody back to my heart. Long, long day when you're gone, I can almost hear you saying, come away, away with me, love, and be as one, always and forever, forever, young lady, yeah, I'm taking you with me. I hope you know there will be no time, no day that you couldn't find your way back to my love, back to my love, yeah. Any
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
It is your birthright to accept and receive the goodness of the world, the tools to create your destiny, the love and nourishment from others, a life of abundance, days filled with propositions, manifested success coming from places that serve you, manifested success poured into your life and the lives of others. You are guided and given the authority to receive the gifts of the universe, for these gifts have already been given to you long before your arrival here. Your faith in yourself makes it real and opens the doors for manifestation to rush in. Your consciousness is open to receive and to give. It is your birthright, and it is done now.
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
Through this mantra of manifestation, all things are possible. We proclaim absolutely that all of us are living in a friendly universe that is always providing for us. We have felt it happening, and we are feeling it happening now. We are open to receive more abundance than we have ever experienced before. We can afford and do anything that our heart desires. We need never to worry again. We are filled with an attitude of gratitude for what we already have and all that we are giving and ready to give. We keep ourselves lifted in high consciousness no matter what the appearances are. The universe is always providing in our favor. We are creators of our today and our tomorrow. Reciting a mantra is an excellent way to start your day. Calm you down while you are upset and refocus your consciousness. For a copy of this mantra, please feel free to visit our Patreon account by searching for Goddess of the Nile Radio on patreon.com. It's your girl Azure Netarugaya, and I'm out. Peace.
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio. You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
Come again, when you light us up again. Yeah.
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
To the people and all the children of the world, if you can see it, it's not that far away. Before you can reach it, you must endure the pain. Real talk, you can touch the sky. Ain't no doubt about it, no. Real talk, you can sit behind. Ain't no doubt about it, no. Real talk, we do it for the youth. Another generation. Yeah, you're strong enough to meet your destination. Nothing is impossible. No one can hold us down. We are unstoppable. 'Cause nothing is impossible. No, nothing is impossible. If the door doesn't open, don't wait. Use force to knock it down. Ain't no time for moping. No, the moment is right now. Yeah. Real talk, you can touch the sky. Ain't no doubt about it, no. Real talk, you can sit behind. Ain't no doubt about it, no. Real talk, we do it for the youth. Another generation. You are strong enough to meet your destiny. Nothing is impossible. You can do anything. impossible. Oh, no. No, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Oh, no. Oh, no.
You are now listening to God is Something Now Radio.
Hello, world. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Happy 11/11, right? We are in the 11/11 portal all day long. This is the day of awakening. This is the day of manifestation. This is the day of making your dreams come true. What a better day for it to be 11/11 on a freaking Sunday, the beginning of the week, right? Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Goddess of the Nile Radio, live right here in the Win DC Radio studio and all of their social media platforms. Yeah, it's me, Azure, Netteru Guyan. And if you know me, you know that yesterday was my solar return day. That's right, it was my born day, it was my birthday, and I had an amazing time. Welcome here with me as we get into the MisEducation of Azure. I'm going to get into all the nitty-gritties of spirituality. I'm going to get into all of my hurts, all of my successes, and all of my truths. Because as I walk this journey in life, as I take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time, sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I love people that don't need to be loved. Sometimes I nourish people that don't need nourishment. And sometimes I neglect myself along the way. I am here to share with you my story and give you some sense of hope, some sense of knowing that you're not out here in this world by yourself. I am here to be with you today to inspire you and get you guys ready. Get you ready to live the life of your dreams. It's time to get real and heal, y'all. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Man, oh, man. I am proud to say today that I am 4 + 1, 41. 4 + 1 = 5. This is the year of change for me, and I'm definitely changing. I'm definitely changing along the way. I'm removing the people, places, and things that no longer are of service of me, so I could be able to be of a much stronger service to humanity. Along that way, along that journey, there came mental abuse, physical abuse, abuse of myself, addictions, all types of stuff, right? I was just one dressed up garbage can walking around here on earth. And believe me, spirituality and a head wrap does not make my hind parts be washed white as snow. Don't get it twisted, okay? I say it all the time. Don't let the head wrap fool you, all right? Because I'm not by any means washed white as snow. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Yeah, I am. I am. And sometimes, you know, politics seep into my world sometimes. And, you know, I was having a conversation with my mother the other day, and I discovered that Trump, you know, had made a comment about the black woman. And I said, Mommy, are you serious? Is this guy really going to pick a fight with the black woman? You know how we say the white man? He really want that beef with the black woman? Somebody's mama? Really? And I don't know, that made me feel a certain kind of way. Because there are young ladies right now that are in high school, that are in college, that have gracefully and thankfully, you know, have not even had a glimpse of what racism looks like. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know what it feels like. They don't know what it means to be a militant woman in the workplace, or a militant woman that's in the workplace, or a militant woman that's the only person in their classroom. They may not have reached those type of heights yet. So the president's remarks on them, on these young women, it's something that they've never heard before. It's something that they never experienced before. They're like, what? What do you mean our IQ level is low? What do you mean that I'm lesser than? Because in their community, in their households, they're being treated like a queen, like a princess, right? Like you should treat your daughter. Our daughters are intelligent. Our daughters are smart. Our daughters are creators. They're doctors. They're media personalities. Our daughters are doing it out here in the world. And for a guy who's supposed to represent our country to tear down women that look exactly like me, to tear down women that look exactly like your sisters, like your aunties, like your cousins. This is what our president is doing. But are we surprised? Are we really surprised, guys? I mean, he beefs with everyone. What makes us so unique that we need to be excluded? And one of the things that I was wondering is, who is cleaning the White House? Who is fixing the meals? Because this man has disrespected every single person you can think of. Which leads me to this. When do we say enough is enough? When do we say, I'm not going to go to that job anymore that treats me like crap? When are we going to say, I'm not going to be abused anymore by my boss, by my coworkers, by my political system, by the police officer that pulled me over? When are we going to stand up for ourselves and not be afraid to be without certain things? When are we going to go into our closets and pull out those $1,000 handbags and shoes and sell them so we can be able to live off that money and make a difference in our community? When are we going to come out of their Nordstroms? When are we going to come out of their Macy's? When are we going to stop buying food in their grocery stores? When are we going to stop sending our kids to their schools, for a better education, and start creating education right there in our neighborhoods? When are we going to stop allowing them to treat us like a piece of crap? You have to be a bold individual to publicly say that a black woman, after all that we have gone through, after we have laid in your beds at night when you didn't want to be with your wife, after we breastfed your children, after we raised your children, how dare you? How dare you mutter words out your mouth saying that we're lesser than? And the only reason why someone is able to do that is because we're giving them permission to. We're allowing them to move comfortable and do that. We take the abuse. We take the mental abuse. And we keep on showing up at work the next day. We keep on shopping in their stores and drinking coffee from their Starbucks. We keep ignoring our local artists, our small businesses. We keep just forgetting all about the mom and pops of our neighborhood and heading down to Walmart. We keep putting our hard-earned money into a capital system that doesn't care anything about us. We keep staying in their hotels. We keep driving their cars. We keep on doing it as if our money doesn't matter, as if our blood wasn't shed for them, right? I don't even know where that came from. I told you guys I'm 4 + 1 = 5. This is the year of change. And I'm hoping and I'm praying during my 41th solar return on this planet that I get to see an amazing awakening of our women. That I begin to see an amazing awakening in our homes, where we're having real conversations with our children, real conversations in the workplace, where we begin to document, where we begin to build up our communities. The MisEducation of Azure. We're going to get into it today. We're going to get into spirituality, the myths and things that you hear around the rumor mill. about being spiritual. What does that look like? What is a head wrap all about? Stuff like that. We're going to talk about the mistakes that I have made and all of that jazz, right? So with all that being said, I want you guys to get ready. As you see, I got the sage lit up in the building. My space is cleaned of all types of energy. The only thing around me right now is love, peace, and light. Clear your spaces. Set the intention to receive this message. This conversation that we are going to have today is going to generate conversation in your household, in your community. I'm going to drop some jewels, and I'm also going to drop some seeds. Thank you guys for showing up today and being with me. Thank you guys for tuning in to Goddess of the Nile Radio, live right here on the WinDC Radio app and social media platforms. It's your girl, Azure Netaru Gaia. We're going to take a quick music break. It's 11:22. Ashe, ashe, ashe. I'll be right back. Peace.
Gang. Drill time. Drill man. Joe boy on the beat.
Ay. That swear don't like what? Hello. Oh, I keep it standing. Gang. He should have Jenna Carmelo. Eat that. Give me that. I need that chicken, little baby. Shallow. Where the safe at, bro? Ay. Fuck, rocket launcher, Osama, what? In the kitchen, whipping ramen. Wait, that ain't noodles. Whipping the white girl, Madonna. Oh, I meet her plug back in Wakanda. 2C, baby, I ain't driving no Honda. Dripping that water, ocean, Moana. I don't play hockey, but I keep it stick. Your boyfriend, sorry. He the lit. 20 AGs, boy, I keep me a zip. Touchdown, fuck. Carson Wentz, stay with my slack. Money reap, I don't gotta shoot. That's why I got keep. 10 shorties with me, -7, that's 3. Ooh, spray, fresh, Febreze. I shoot like a pitcher. Cheese, shout out my brother. Haley, hey bro. Ooh, dump his body in a creek. Shh. Don't tell the police. I keep it kitty like hello. Bro, keep it essing though. He shootin' just like Carmelo. Ministry 24/7 like Elmo. 3-shot, jiggle baby, jello. Making it rain. Need a poncho. He want that cheese. No, it's nachos. Underlay amigo. Pronto, shoot, school. Lonzo. I keep a 9. What? Rondo, stay with them bells. Taco, packing from Denver. Broncos, beat up that pad like I'm playing that Congo. Ice, freeze, burn. Rita, shoot, can't see me. Jacina, I got Candela. Senorita, chopping and flipping. Korea, I ain't a citizen. No visa, 2 in his brain. Amnesia, ooh, she bad. Diva, naked, get it. I keep it kitty like hello. Keep it extendo, he shootin' shit like Carmelo. Industry 24/7 like Elmo. 3 shots, jiggle little baby, jello. Making it rain, need a poncho, he want that cheese. No, it's not nachos, Andale, amigo, pronto, shoot, school. Lonzo, I keep it kitty like hello. Bro, keep it extendo, he shootin' just like Carmelo. Industry 24/7 like Elmo. 3 shots, jiggle little baby, jello. Making it rain, need a poncho, he want that cheese. No, it's nachos, Andale, amigo, pronto, shoot, school, yeah, Lonzo. Walk down, yeah. Gang. Hey, man. Where that, bro?
Before you bring it up, call me distant from your love. Oh, difficult to care. Let me stop you there. Don't know if we'll be here. Time is borrowed, but not from our hands. I no longer fear tomorrow. It's not in my plans. It's a wild world. I wish I could promise you forever, but if a wild world, then that's all we'll need. It's a wild world. I wish I could promise you forever, but if a wild world, then that's all we'll need. Don't gotta call you mine or spend all of your time with me. Just pray you realize everything in what it seems, but don't wanna confuse you. I don't wanna lose you. So tell me what I can do. Trying to find my way through this wild world. I wish I could promise you forever, but if a wild then that's all we need. It's a wild, wild world. I wish I could promise you forever, but if the wild then that's all we need. Wild, 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 wild.
Hey guys, welcome back to Goddess of the Nile Radio, live right here in the Win DC Radio Studio. And you're watching me live probably on all of Win DC Radio's social media platforms, or you could be listening to my voice on the app. Either way, you're here to get those Jews today. Hey, I got bars. We are here today to talk about the MisEducation of Azure. You know, the MisEducation of Azure, man. Let's get into it. I remember when I was a little girl, I think I was about 7 or 8 years old, I used to love the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch was like my ish. Because growing up, we never saw positive images of ourselves. I grew up in like the 80s era. I'm 41, so that makes me a 70s baby. So shout out to all of my Scorpios and 70s babies. What's up, y'all? All of my indigos and my crystal children. What's up, y'all? But, you know, I never really had any images of myself growing up. We had Michael Jackson. We had the Jacksons. You know, we had little Janet Jackson, you know, on Good Times. But we never seen us in, like, a positive light. Maybe not until The Cosby Show came along. So my first like exposure to a TV family was the Brady Bunch. And I remember how long and beautiful their hair was. It was blonde and it was just gorgeous. They had this amazing house. They had a maid. They had like this really cool room and bathroom. They were pretty cool people. And I remember one day I was on the bus with my girlfriend, my very best friend. So shout out to Shalita. Happy birthday. But I was on the bus, and I remember telling Shalita that, like, I wish I was white. And Shalita said, what? She said, I don't want to be white. And I was like, well, I do. And she said, why? And I said, because, man, they got it made. You know, the white people get to live in a big, beautiful house, and they get to have nice clothes and go to nice schools and read out of great books. You know, I wish I was white. And Shalita said, you know what? I wish I was white too. And I remember being on the bus and I had said to Shalita, I said, well, you know what I do to pretend that I'm white? I take my towel and I put my towel over my head and I style my towel like I'm Marsha Brady. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, you should give it a try. You should give it a try too. I think that day stands out to me the most because the following day I came to school with a towel and I had a towel in my book bag. And for some strange reason, I thought that I could wear the towel around school and pretend I was white. And my teacher, you know, she was like, why do you have that towel on your head? And I lied and I told her, I said, my mom said that I could wear this towel if I wanted to. And she was like, well, why are you wearing this towel on your head? She asked me. And I said, well, it's because I want to be white. And she pulled me to the side and she began to explain to me how beautiful I was, how gorgeous my skin is, how beautiful my hair is, how beautiful I am. And in that very moment, I just felt different. Every February, we were forced to watch Roots. We were forced to watch Roots. We were forced to watch Roots. Black History Month was just a blur. It was just skimming the top of who we really are as a people. And what did not resonate with me is the slavery story. What did not resonate with me is November and the story of Christopher Columbus. As a child, these stories did not resonate with me. The information they was giving me in my history books was not resonating with me. It was making me angry, if anything. Every single time that Black History Month came up and I had to watch those Martin Luther King movies where, get smacked on the cheek and, and take a licking and keep on ticking, it angered me. It did not inspire me. It did not make me feel good about where I came from. It just pissed me off as a kid. The MisEducation of Azure, to me, that was all programming. That was all programming. Watching those civil rights movements and watching us as a very small child being chased by dogs and water hoses and being beaten. What that did to me as a child was it conditioned my brain to be able to go to work in the workplace and take a licking from my boss and be mistreated and keep on ticking. Some people may look at that as a good thing. Like, yo, you're supposed to take a licking and keep on ticking. And I totally agree with you. You are supposed to take a licking and keep on ticking, but that does not mean that you stay in the chains and the bondage of mental abuse. Now watch where I'm going with this, guys. Because we had our February, we had our Black History Month, and we still do. And for us indigenous people, and I love the way I say that, but for us natives of this country, for those who were born here and was stripped of our heritage, was lied to, they called us free slaves when we weren't even slaves to begin with. We were forced to learn someone else's history. It was all a plan. They were all conditioning us. Welcome to the MisEducation of Azure. Because that whole story about Thanksgiving never resonated with me. It never made sense that they called the, air quotes, Indians savages. That never made sense to me as a kid. All it did was anger me. You came over to someone else's land, they showed you how to live here, and then you had like a cookout. That didn't resonate well with me as a child. It made me angry. Because the piece of the puzzle that they left out was how our ancestors took a licking and kept on ticking, but they never told us about Black Wall Street. They never told us about how we had these wealthy communities where our people, our ancestors were coming out of slavery and becoming teachers and ministers, and how they were running wild in a good way in corporate America, how they were building these communities, how we had our own schools, how we were being taught who we were, the truth. They left that piece of the puzzle out. All little Azure saw was us being beaten and gunned down and hung from trees and things like that, which is a part of our story. And we should know that. We should. But where the MisEducation comes from is how we survived. What did we do in that survival? They make our story, for them, our story begins. The MisEducation of Azure begins with slavery. Then we go from slavery and we jump right into Reaganomics. Nothing in between. And then you give me an astronaut here and a Frederick Douglass there. But we invented way more than that. We have done way more than that. And along the MisEducation of Azure, she just didn't get it. So what happened along the way was this little Azure that had dreams of being white, because she didn't like her hair texture, she didn't like the color of her skin. What happened was, as soon as she was able to dye it, she did. She dyed it blonde. And her mother saw her. Well, she didn't really dye it. She took some spray because she didn't like herself. The images on television, the images that she was seeing in her community of what people like her look like, those images and that programming was so deep that by the time the Cosby Show had came along, by the time Different World had came along, the damage was already done. And then when Azure turned 15 and 16, what she was being taught in the schools really didn't resonate with her. She knew it wasn't the truth. And so she went on a journey to find the truth. She no longer wanted to do history projects. She no longer wanted to learn their math. She didn't want to learn their English. She didn't want to learn any of that stuff. She knew that this wasn't her history. This wasn't her language to learn. This wasn't her math to be taught. She didn't want to learn any of that stuff. And parents, if you have a teenager right now that's disconnecting from school, that would rather be hooking school and playing out in the streets than getting an air quote education, sit down with your babies and find out what's really going on. If they're not being bullied, but they're just so happen to be not interested in the curriculum, what's going on there? Because maybe your baby is awakened and don't even know it. And maybe they need to be homeschooled instead and taught the truth. I'm just saying. Because I was one of them that couldn't be fed the lies anymore. What interested me was the Egyptian scrolls. What interests me was the Aztecs. What interests me was what was going down in Mexico and what was going down in the Caribbean. That's what interests me. And in our history books, they only gave us a little teeny tiny paragraph of the truth. And then it was all back to the program, all back to the script. This was the MisEducation of Azure. This is what happened. And then along the way, I was fed lies about loyalty. Yeah, about loyalty. What did that look like? You see, we were taught that we were taught street code. You know, there's a code to the streets. And I wasn't even no street chick. And I was being taught street code. So you had his story on one end, and then you had street code on the next. Now, where this street code came from and where it was invented from, I have no idea. No one's taking credit for it. But there was this thing in street code called loyalty. Loyalty is an amazing word. It's a strong word. Loyalty is almost as strong as the word love. Loyalty is commitment. Loyalty is honor. Loyalty is unconditional. Without any conditions whatsoever, I will be loyal to you. Shout out to my Scorpios, because it is our gift and it is also our curse. The MisEducation of Azure live right here on the WinDC Radio app and in the studio and all of their social media platforms. We are going to get into loyalty right after this music break. It's your girl Azure Netarugaya. Call a friend, phone a friend. We're about to get real and heal. I'll be right back. Peace.
Watch where your mind wanders to. Look out for the monsters, they'll try to break you. Right when it seems everything is okay. Watch who you keep close to you. Stop fighting battles that you're bound to lose. Good memories are yours to keep. You don't have to let them go. Liars and cowards deceive, telling you words that you wanna believe. All that you see, all the people you meet, don't forget to hear your start counting on your blessings. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Start learning lessons that you never thought you'd ever learn. Is your heart full or is it empty? Standing alone or in good company? Everything that you see ain't just quite what it seems. Don't forget to hear your voice. So whenever you're unsure of a choice, keep your head up, follow your voice. Da 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 da. Swallow your voice. Hey. So whenever you're unsure of a choice, keep your head up and just follow your voice. Whenever you're unsure of a choice, keep your head up and just follow your. Start counting on your blessings. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Start learning lessons that you never thought you'd ever learn. Start counting on your blessings. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Start learning lessons that you never thought you'd ever learn. Learning lessons that you never thought you'd ever learn. Learning lessons that you never thought you'd ever learn. You might want to stay. No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah.
Say we won't fall away. Say we won't fall away. I've got no one in this world. I've got no one but my own. I've got the weary blues and I can't be satisfied. I ain't happy no more and I wish that I died.
I end up alone so often, it's on a daily. In a space full of maybes, what ifs, it could have been. My future was clear to me, but now showing vaguely. Spreading itself to be thin. How did I reach my own end? Can I redo this again? No. Like a box bird with an injured wing, all I wanna do is drop off a building and sing. But these wounds stopped healing the same way. Maybe it's cause I'm older and every problem pushes down on my shoulders. This pressure only made them colder. At times it's hard to recognize myself, my feelings, my actions. It's like, who have I become? Cause this wasn't always me. I used to fully carry myself different free. Could someone show me how to find my inner peace? Or will I have to find it in a flight and leave her drown in Shenandoah screams?
I've got no one in this world. I've got no one but my own. I've got the weary blues and I can't be satisfied. I ain't happy no more and I wish that I died.
I'm not afraid of my silence. Heard the river calling for a kiss. Her flow might be guidance. I hope she's more than enlightened. I'm ready and I wanna make up for the things I missed. Pulled out of my comfort zone by the world, and I'm now in unknown areas I never knew within myself. I tried to confront what I really am, but that seems all without an end, cause I put every problem on the shelf. Now they fester like a sore under the sun. I thought they dried out, but they only ever run. And I can't beat it anymore, I'm overdone. So they become a piece of me and now we're one. Makes me numb to the problems aching the earth. It's getting hard to connect. I keep on stepping along with my conscious stand in regret. Should've turned it around, but by now I'm in full neglect. And I see that my end is near, so it's time that I redirect.
Say we won't fall away. Say we won't fall away. I've got no one in this world. I've got no one but my own. I've got the weary blues and I can't be satisfied. I ain't happy no more and I wish that I died.
Would you wait for me? 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 Would you wait for me?
Her cool, calm face put a smile on mine. She asked me for a kiss, but I don't know if it's fine. She hinted it would ease up what's been stuck on my mind and take the pain I feel and put some peace back inside. She touched my fingertips and that was enough to make me take my clothes off and give in on my trust. I thought she would feel warmer, but she's cool to the touch. I thought this would be hard, but not a moment was tough.
The Shops at Iverson is now undergoing a transformation, creating a mixed-use center where the community can come together to eat, shop, relax, and feel connected. The Shops at Iverson is a 600 KSF mixed-use property consisting of retail and office space now available. Located inside the Beltway on Branch Avenue, Maryland, just minutes from downtown D.C. It's an exciting time at the Shops at Iverson. Several beautiful renovation projects are ongoing, transforming the Shops at Iverson into the new safe community hub. DMV, get ready to enjoy the new food court. Opening late spring, early summer, featuring new restaurants like Chipotle, Quickway Hibachi, Tropical Smoothie, Wingstop, and free Wi-Fi. The Shops at Iverson, the original home of the world-famous Snickerdoodle cookies, is completing several cosmetic improvements to the mall interior, facade, and parking garage. The Shops at Iverson is the new home of Go Win Media, comprised of the DMV's premier internet radio stations, Go Radio Live and Win DC Radio. For updates and more details, check out shopiverson.com. That's shopiverson.com. Looking for a new look? Check out Hair Academy 2 in the Shops at Iverson, Hillcrest Heights, Maryland. You'll get quality services done by developing stylists and barbers. Senior discounts offered weekly and free barbershop services available when you present a flyer. Chemical treatments are also available. Call 301-899-9100 for hours of operation. Hair Academy 2 in the Shops at Iverson, 3705 Branch Avenue, Suite 1010, lower level, Hillcrest Heights. A new look is waiting for you at Hair Academy 2.
Yo, what's good? It's your girl, Lexi Trinae. You got the heat from the street. New track from your girl, Be Free, for all the young ladies out there. Keep it positive, you guys. Check it out. Peace.
Silly girl. just telling you things that you wanna hear, and suddenly you know that your thoughts get run clear. Next thing you know, it's the end of the run. Think it all's good, and you just lost one. I hope you can hear me. Alright, 'cause you fall back too easy. I hope you can hear me. 'Cause this love ain't easy. I'm just trying to get you to remember everything you've been through, everything you've gone through, 'cause you've been through it all, and you gotta be careful with your heart. You can, 'cause you fall back too easy. I hope you can hear me. 'Cause this love ain't easy. And I hope you can hear me. 'Cause you fall back too easy. And I hope you can hear me. 'Cause this love ain't easy. And I hope you can hear me. 'Cause you fall back too easy. And I hope you can hear me. 'Cause this love ain't easy. Silly girl, silly girl, silly girl.
Would you wait for me? I'm going to the olive tree. If I'm not back afloat from me, and keep moving, I know you'll be just fine. Would you wait for me? I'm going to the olive tree. I know you have your faith in me. Hopefully I won't let you drown. But if I don't come back, find another. And keep believing when he finds you round. Know I travel for your name. Pray I see you back in 40 days. And nights I search around for saving grace. If I go the wrong way, Lord help me. Still would you wait for me? I'm going to the olive tree. If I'm not back afloat from me, and keep moving, I know you'll be just fine. Would you wait for me?
The olive tree on the hillside, its shimmering leaves and garlic wood for many a decade past ran in time. This fruit that was grown wouldn't grow in vain. Through spring and summer, sun and rain, flowers in abundance, nature having completed an autumn with God's blessing, an autumn with God's blessing.
Slide on no bed now, I'm feeling like Venom. I told her kick it, back him, squeezing a Mac, lemons. Walk down, boy, got him booking a reverend. Old girl miss me, she jealous. 762 flying out of the Lexus. Bourbon at dinner, he going by breakfast. That boy shooting for big taxes. Put 2 hoes in your man like some scissors. I keep a dog with me, I'm with Clifford. I'm in the field singing down by the river. He in the sky, oh my God, Big Dipper. He said he shoot him, fiction. Put a stone in his head, vision. Hang him on top of the tree like it's Christmas. Your man on that shirt, I don't care if you miss him. Shot by the store, feel like Austin and Alley. Shooting behind the counter, feel like Maddie. Golf course, Brody hopping out the caddy. Bro got a clip longer than the grassy. Private school, put a piece out the khakis. Exile. Feel like for real, I pop it when I'm happy. Bobby the pack up, Bobby Lashley. I'm Saint Laurent stepping out of the sack. I'm making a big move, call me Max. Dr. Seuss, there's a Mac in my hat. I'm watching Cartoon Network in a trap. Every line he ever wrote is a cap. Heard he want smoke, then I'm giving out Jack. Shoot for New York and he only spit fat. Lil' bro only shooting when he playing crack. Hey Manny.
Hey guys, welcome back to Goddess of the Nile Radio, live right here on the Win DC Radio app and social media platforms. It's your girl Azure Netaru Gaia. How y'all feeling today? Y'all all right? Scorpios, y'all all right? My people that have loyalty and courage and all my spiritual beings, y'all all right? All right, let's get into it. Today, we are talking about the MisEducation of Azure. We are about to get into that word, y'all. That word that gets us all in trouble. We about to get into that word called loyalty. Because sometimes it walks side by side with that four-letter word that we know so much and everyone is sometimes so afraid of, love. That's right. Because sometimes people confuse loyalty with love. Or sometimes people feel like loving someone comes with the automatic energy of loyalty. Let's get into what the word means. Loyalty. A strong feeling of support or allegiance towards someone, something, right? Here we go again. People, places, and things, those nouns. That's right, and loyalty can get your butt in trouble. You see, sometimes we feel like we have to have some sense of loyalty to people that have taught us, guided us, nurtured us. Sometimes we feel like we owe a sense of loyalty to people that grew up in the same neighborhoods as us, went to the same schools as us, walk the same streets as us. Sometimes we feel like we owe a sense of loyalty to those who told us that they love us, right? Shouldn't we be loyal to them? Azure, shouldn't we be loyal to those that told us that they were going to love us? Today we are talking about the MisEducation of Azure. But we're getting into that MisEducation of loyalty. Being loyal to a system that has granted us, air quotes, freedom. Freedoms that we already had. Loyalty. We're talking about loyalty today. Loyalty to co-workers that we have built a company with, that we achieved goals with, that we have went on trips with, shared our stories of family with. Don't we owe them a sense of loyalty, Azure? Let's get into the MisEducation of it all, right? Let's talk about friendships. Friendships from our childhood. Friendships that we formed along the way during this lifetime. Do we owe them a sense of loyalty? Do we owe our family a sense of loyalty? Because you see, a part of your spiritual development don't have nothing to do with loyalty, y'all. Because the only person that you have to be loyal to during this journey is yourself. That's right. You got to be loyal to yourself. And you got to stand up for yourself. You don't owe nobody nothing. loyalty and being loyal to something or someone, or having an allegiance to something or someone, is an honor for them. Don't allow for your sense of loyalty. Don't be miseducated like Azure and allow for your sense of loyalty to bring harm to yourself. Is your loyalty hurting you? Is your sense of loyalty hurting you so bad that you can't get up out of bed in the morning? You can't go to that job. You can't sit around those coworkers. Is your sense of loyalty hurting you so bad that you're sleeping with the enemy? Your loyalty got you walking around with a bruised heart and a bruised body. Where is your allegiance to yourself? Is your sense of loyalty to that friend who backstabs you, drags your name through the mud, steals your ideas? Is the sense of loyalty to that person stronger than your allegiance to yourself? See, the only person you got to be loyal to is yourself and your God. You don't owe nobody nothing. Anything that someone gets from you, any act of goodwill from your heart that's tender and sincere, any sense of your vulnerability, any piece of your love is a bonus to them. It's not entrapment for you. You are the creator of your today and your tomorrow. You hear me saying that each and every Sunday live right here on WinDC Radio. You hear me saying it? You owe yourself loyalty. You owe yourself love. You owe yourself enough to get rid of what is feeding off of you. And listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Listen to me. You don't owe nobody nothing. And don't let nobody think that they have some type of power or magical spell over you because you saw right through them and they want to continue to feed off of you like you owe them some type of loyalty, when you know behind the scenes and when you pull back the curtain, they treating you like trash. You stand in your power. You stand firm in your power. If you see right through them, it's okay to cut them loose. It's okay to get rid of them. And if they got a problem with that and they're going to drag your name through the mud, we'll tell them to go ahead and get the dragon. Because just like your light was shining before you met them, your light will shine even brighter now that you've gotten rid of them. Loyalty, you owe no one no sense of loyalty. You owe loyalty to yourself. You see, the miseducation of Azure was giving people my loyalty. Taking that word friendship and running with it. Taking that word love and running with it. The miseducation of Azure, Azure was taught that when someone was her friend, that she had a sense of loyalty to them, that she had an allegiance to them, that she had to stand with them. No matter what they looked like, no matter what their life was like, no matter who they was harming in this world, not even mattering if they were harming themselves. The miseducation of Azure. Because Azure was out here thinking that if someone was harming themselves, it was okay. She could heal them. It was all right. They weren't going to hurt her. She had to be loyal to them. She had to save them. But with each piece of trash that Azure tried to save, she lost a little bit of herself. Where was the allegiance to herself along the way? All that had to end. Azure had to re-educate her brain and relearn that the only person that deserves her loyalty is herself, her God, and her children. That's it. The miseducation of Azure was if she made someone a promise to love them until the end of time, that she had to put up with their mental abuse, their physical abuse, their cheating, them not supporting her, them not loving her in return. That's not what love is. That's not what loyalty is. That's no relationship. All of that is unnecessary and uncalled for stress. Take that same energy and put it on yourself, Azure. It's time to re-educate your miseducated mind, baby girl. It's time to re-educate the miseducated mind, baby boy. It's time for us to start getting real and heal and take a look at these words, these action words. It's time for us to look in the mirror and see exactly what we're giving out and do an inventory and see what we're taking in. Are we taking in someone else's misfortune? Someone else's bad karma? Someone else's addiction? Because when you begin to grow spiritually, this is where the spiritual stuff comes into play. Because I'm breaking the myths. Just because you are spiritual, just because you got a gift, does not mean you got to whore your gift out to every Tom, Dick, and Larry and Susan that's out here. Your healing and your gift comes with some sense of boundaries and respect. Even Azure had to learn that. I can't heal people that are praying to a bottle of wine and a joint of weed every single hour on the hour just to get through, but yet they want to call themselves spiritual. That's not spiritual. God did not put that here for you to abuse. God did not give you a gift in order for you to have it abused. That's where the myths come into play. Don't let the head wrap fool you. See, most people think that spirituality and being spiritual is being someone's doormat. It's not in any sense of the word being someone's doormat. You can stand up for what you believe in. Don't let these people out here confuse you with who you really are. How can they one moment take your gifts, allow for you to do a reading for them, allow for you to predict the future for them, but when you see some harm coming their way, now all of a sudden you a liar? Yeah, remember, the only person that you have loyalty to is yourself. We rise and we grind and we give gratitude every morning to our ancestors. We give gratitude every morning to the God of our understanding, to our source, to our creator. If you're an atheist, hey, that's on you, baby. That's on you. We give gratitude throughout the day to those that got our back. Who do we owe loyalty to? Our ancestors. That's what we are here for, them. We got them behind us. We got them around us. We got their DNA flowing through our blood. We got, an important mission at hand. We got to get ourselves right with ourselves. We need to start meditating. We need to start praying. We need to start putting up altars. We need to start knowing, digging deeper than these history books and finding out who we really are. We got to stop beefing with one another. In our families, in our relationships, in our friendships, in our conscious communities. We got to stop beefing with one another, because if we keep beefing and fighting with each other, the real story will never get told. And what are our children's children supposed to do then? We have a powerful mission at hand. Who do we need to be loyal to? We need to be loyal to ourselves and our children and our future, our ancestors. We have to regain our power. We got to get ourselves right with ourselves. And sometimes along that way and along that journey, people that no longer belong in your life, places that you no longer need to be in, that'll begin to change. And some people are going to be upset with you. That's the hard part. That's the tough part. But as long as you know that you did the right thing, as long as you know deep in your heart that you did the right thing and you putting yourself first, you all right. Don't you worry about a thing. Let them drag your name. Let them throw shame on you. Let them make up stories. Let them take your words and twist it and turn it around and do the work of the enemy. Let them do that. Because trust and believe,
Those who rock it with you are going to continue to rock with you. Those that believe in you will continue to believe in you. It ain't nothing that nobody out here can say about you that's going to change that. And those who are fake and phony on your timeline will continue to be just that, fake and phony on your timeline. Because you owe them nothing. The only person you owe loyalty to is yourself. The only person you owe allegiance to is yourself. It's time to turn that miseducation into re-education. Start reading, start knowing yourself, and start believing in who you come from and where you going. It's your girl Azure Netsurugaya live right here in the Win DC Radio Studio. I'm going to let all of that swirl around in your head. We got Big Tiz dropping the new music today. And we'll be right back after this break. Peace.
He has more thorns than a rose garden, but his tulips were made for mine. To the world, he's a dandelion. Every flower just needs some light. I told him to watch and see. In the right room with the right love, all flowers bloom. And then he said to me, would you watch with me? When the sun goes to sleep, stay and talk to me. So beneath my feet, dry upon my knees. Will you watch to me? Will you watch to me? Will you watch to me? What to me? What to me? One goes to sleep, but wake with me. You're the sky to my wandering star. One is down when the day goes to sleep. Wake with me. You're the sky to my wandering star. What to me? What to me? What to me? What to me?
Greetings to all of you in the language of love, the universal language. Beauty is the splendor of truth. Use your hearts for what your hearts are for. Fill them with light. Do not fill them with darkness. The light of the human heart, when it's given faith, if it were opened up, it would blind the world. May this message give us eyes with which to see, ears with which to hear, and hearts with which to love each other and to love the world and to do good.
You're not using your heart for what hearts are for. They've been trying to shut us down our whole life. I thank God for healing. You ain't gotta get me lit, I got my own life. Thank God for listening. Listen, you've been trying to build me up my whole life. I thank God for building. You ain't gotta get me lit, I got my own life. I thank God I'm living. Sometimes I feel like a stranger. Maybe I ain't from here. World going crazy. How could that be unclear? Know that I'm a soldier. Hearts on my battleground. Sword in the holster. Had to come back around. I ain't trying to hide away. I just had to meditate. I ain't got speaking to the whole globe. Numbers don't occur to me. You can listen solo, cause you're the whole world to me. I jump in with both feet, nothing low key. You can find me where I'm supposed to be, where my folks be. If you listen very closely, you know who chose me. Nothing that I own owns me, and so I'm so free. I remember being hungry, needing groceries, nighttime getting no sleep till my nose bleed. Got a message to the police: you're not using your heart for what hearts are for. They've been trying to shut us down our whole life. I thank God for healing. You ain't gotta get me lit, I got my own life. Thank God for listening. Listen, you've been trying to build me up my whole life. I thank God for building. You ain't gotta get me lit, I got my own life. I thank God I'm living. Not for 1 second I believe what you're telling me. I know you invent the disease and sell the remedy. Universe is sending me centuries of memories. So the very breath that I breathe is all I ever need. I got that Muhammad Ali up in my pedigree. Yes, I be speaking my peace up in my 70s. Ain't worried about you threatening me. I'm just being honest. I ain't buying fear just because it's all you got left. We just wanna make love till we wake up. I believe whoever made us envisioned greatness, and you know they wanna paint us with the same brush. Wanna entertain us till we fill our grave up. Alright, okay, but when it's all said and it's all done, and I look back at the trophies I won, I will only count one. I'm using my heart for what hearts are for. They've been trying to shut us down our whole life. I thank God for healing. You ain't gotta get me lit, I got my own life. Thank God for listening. Listen, you've been trying to build me up my whole life. I thank God for building. You ain't gotta get me lit, I got my own life. I thank God I'm living, and I know who I am. I know whose I am. On your wings I fly, in your shoes I stand. I'm animated by love, I don't move by chance. Any stage I touch, any place I stand, there y'all land. Living in the world as it is, craft vessel I am. No more and no less than a man. Any possessions that I have are just in my hand. I balance them the best that I can. I'm not making no claims, but I'm using my heart for what hearts are for. All the beauty in this whole life. I thank God for healing, and you ain't gotta get me lit, I got my own life. I thank God for listening. Listen, you've been trying to build me up my whole life. I thank God for building. You ain't gotta get me lit, I got my own life. I thank God I'm living, just reflecting all the beauty in this whole life.
Hey guys, welcome back to Goddess of the Nile Radio, live right here in the Win DC Radio studio. I'm on the app, I'm on the social media platforms. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. You know, you didn't have to be with me this Sunday morning and some of your afternoon, but you made the conscious decision to be with me, and I appreciate that. Every single day that I wake up, I ask for a source to order my steps. Oh yeah, my son's giving me the eye. Like, I hear some tremble in your voice, Mom. I hear some tremble. You know, because sometimes I gotta get real with myself. I gotta get real with myself, and I gotta get real with you, because that's the only way that I'm gonna heal. And I'm here healing to empower you to heal too. all good, I'm good. My son's like, what's happening? Because I gotta go deep. I gotta go into that dark place that I don't like to go to a lot. But I gotta get there because someone needs to hear this right now. So I gotta make myself vulnerable. I gotta make myself humble. I gotta make myself real. You see, change you must, or die you will. That was a part of the miseducation of Azure. Azure didn't want to change. Azure didn't want to change. Azure didn't want to feel. And Azure didn't want to heal nothing. Azure wanted the life to be one great big party, one great big turn up. Azure wanted her surroundings to stay the same. Horrible people, horrible places. That's where Zor wanted to live, in this illusion. This world of illusion, this world of friendship that was all fake and phony and full of... That's where I wanted to be. I didn't want to get real with myself. But change you must, or die you will, Azor. See, those places, those people, and those things, it was killing me. It had me doing things that I never dreamed of doing. It had me going places where I never even envisioned going and nowhere good. It was killing me. Change you must, or die you will. I had to stop lying my way out of stuff. I had to stop drinking my way out of stuff. I had to stop smoking my way out of stuff. It was time for me to get real with myself. It was time for me to change. It was time for me to go and step face to face with my God and ask him for help. Get me out of here. It was time for me to cut loose of those friends that wanted me to be worse off than them. I had to get rid of them. It was time for me to take a chance and a leap of hope and leave that job that was bringing me down each and every day. It was time for me to get real with myself and trust in the God of my understanding. It was time for me to change, or I was going to die, y'all. I was going to be out of here, y'all. And if you don't change, you will too. That's right. If you don't change, you will too. If you don't start loving yourself, if you don't start being loyal to yourself, if you don't start taking a look in the mirror and everyone around you, you're going to be out of here. Repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again. See, with change comes a little bit of discomfort. It's going to bring forth tears. It's going to bring forth pissing people off. It's going to bring forth uncomfortableness. It's going to bring forth empty pockets sometimes. It's going to bring forth happiness. It's going to bring forth love. It's going to bring forth peace. Everything is not always a turn up. Everything isn't always a party. You got work to do. And change you must, or die you will. You got to protect your energy. You got to protect the loved ones around you. You are the source. You are the source. You are the oracle. I love saying that. You are the one that can make a difference in your home. I know. Your family don't get you right now. All this sage burning and tarot card reading. They don't understand it, but it's okay. They don't have to. What they need to understand is the love that you bring to the table. The forgiveness that you bring to the table. The peace that you bring to the table. If you are taking a walk that's different from your family, the way that you show them that it's working is by moving and walking in your truth and being honorable in your truth. Don't get pissed off when no one likes you because you're an air quote witch. Don't get pissed off and you're out here doing bitchy and witchy things, excuse my language. But if you're moving like an air quote witch and you're moving in love and peace and light, when your heart is as light as a feather, your family will understand eventually exactly who you are. When you're moving in this world and you're helping people, you're loving people, you're allowing for the universe to use you. You're changing your diet. You're changing the places that you go. You're being a little bit more compassionate. You're being more caring for one another. Everyone will get the program. Everyone will get it. No worry, you have to worry about it. Not anymore. Change you must, or die you will. If you keep finding yourself in this circle where you have no friends, right? Azure, I have no friends. I don't have any friends either, but it's all good. But you keep switching from crew to crew to crew to crew to crew. You know. What's going on here? Are you trying to force your way into a group of people? Are you trying to force your way into a false reality with hopes that someone's going to accept you? Or do you want to take the energy and get to know yourself and start accepting yourself? And that way you begin to attract the people that want you around. What are you doing here? Are you stalking people's Facebook friends to create this false reality for yourself? What are you doing? Change you must or die you will. Are you hopping spiritual teachers and spiritual mentors? You got different people touching you and transferring energy to you. And you wonder why the skeletons are still chasing your hind parts around the room. You go to this person, and this person says you need to do shadow work. You go to another person, and that person says you need to do shadow work. You keep going to a million people that tell you that you need to do the work until you find one that's sitting there telling your hind parts a lie. Change you must or die you will. You don't want to listen to the truth about yourself. You don't want to hear it. You don't care to hear it because you don't want to change. And then you point the blame and you put the blame on someone that's just there trying to help you and to assist you. Why are you being so stubborn? It's okay. We're all messed up out here. We're all a little crazy. We're all going through something, whether it be one thing or another. I think it was Maya Angelou that said, this life is no crystal stair, and she wasn't playing. It's all right. It's all right to be different. It's all right to get your feelings hurt because you were excluded from something. It's all right. Because maybe you have to go through that rejection in order to learn a lesson. There's a lesson in everything. Don't mope. Don't get upset. Don't get angry. Find out what the lesson is. Take the lesson and use it in your spiritual development so you can begin to change. Don't get caught up in the spiritual in the romantic piece of spirituality, twin flames, and this wonderful astro, blah, blah, blah. I have young ones watching, but y'all know what I'm talking about. With spirituality, there comes peace and happiness and love and happily ever afters. That comes along the way. Congratulations to you out there who have your happily ever afters. But for those that are in the struggle, you're in the struggle right now because it's time for you to do the work. It's time for you to pull out your journals. It's time for you to do some shadow work. It's time for you to take some workshops. It's time for you to focus on you so you can begin to heal those character defects inside of you. And so you can begin to get better. Because once you get better, you're free. Those chains will break off of you and fall off, and you'll be able to run and fly as free as a bird. I promise you that. You can do it. I had to do it. Yesterday was my solar return day, my birthday. 11/11. You see, change you must or die you will, Azure. On 11/11/2017, I was riding up to New York. It was 2 weeks after I had discovered that my boyfriend was cheating on me yet again. And I was up in New York, and all I wanted to do was go to a meet and greet, a meetup, with the Indigo 11 tribe. So shout out to my tribe members watching today. But we came together and all said, congratulations on your baby girl. And thank you for all that you have done for the tribe and for me and in my journey of healing. It was 11/11, and I went to New York, and for the very first time, I went into the Statue of Liberty. I saw the Statue of Liberty. Went all up in her. Pause. And I ended the day in New York with a group meditation with Offset and Natarugaya. And I did a group meditation, and it was oh my God, it was the best thing ever. Best thing ever. Best day ever. And my ex was with me. And I walked out of that yoga place with feeling like $1 million, feeling like I could take on the world. And on the ride back home, he had made the decision that he wanted to steal my joy. He started an argument with me. And I told him, I said, for today, just for today, let me have this. Let me have this day where I'm happy, where I'm joyous, and I'm free. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. So change you must, or die you will, Azure. So I went home, I went to sleep, and I woke up the next day with nothing but God in my heart. And God was guiding me and telling me it was time to leave. It was time to go. The mental abuse had to stop. The physical abuse had to stop. And it was time for me to begin to walk in my own. I had to leave the house. I had to leave the money. I had to leave the relationship. I had to leave everything. And I had to be loyal to myself. And it was not easy. And I didn't leave right away. I maybe left 30 days after that. Took some time. And I was forced to leave. I was actually forced to leave by spirit. Some things that taken place. Because I ignored all those warning signs. And instead of me leaving peacefully, out the door with a moving truck, peacefully, I had to leave in the back seat of a police cruiser. Change you must, or die you will. My life was spared that night. And it is because of those decisions, those decisions, or that decision to leave, that decision a year ago to choose myself over someone else, that I'm sitting right here today having this conversation with you. The MisEducation of Azure. The MisEducation of Azure is looking at myself in the mirror and loving every part of me. Loving every hair, loving every flaw, loving every emotion, loving every gift, loving everything about me that makes me different from everyone else. See, I have to re-educate myself. The MisEducation of Azure. I had to teach myself that I can't heal and I can't help everyone. Sometimes my truth is gonna hurt people. Sometimes my truth is gonna bring light to some ish that some folks don't wanna see. But the re-education of Azure tells me that that's okay. It's all right to make people feel uncomfortable. The MisEducation of Azure is having loyalty to people that are not loyal to her, that could care less about her. The re-education of Azure is having loyalty to myself, my God, and my children. That's the re-education of Azure. The MisEducation of Azure is being afraid to change, being afraid to grow, being afraid to walk a different walk than everyone else, being afraid to stand in my truth and stand in my power. That's the MisEducation of Azure, is being afraid, is being full of fear and full of crap. The re-education of Azure is knowing that change is good. Change is life-saving. Change is opening up the doors of manifestation to rush in. Change is creating the life of my dreams and letting stuff go that is no longer serving of me. Change is living. Change is loving myself and loving others. Change is healing myself and healing and helping those that want to be healed and helped. That is the miseducation of Azure and the re-education of Azure. The most important piece of the miseducation of Azure, how all of this jumped off, was awakening my DNA. Was finding out exactly who I am, where I come from, reconnecting to my ancestors, and loving them like I have never loved anything in my life before. Honoring them like I have never honored anything in my life before. Giving them praise, connecting, checking in, and allowing for them to guide me, allowing for them to teach me, and trusting in them. That is the re-education of Azure, of not going back to his story, what they had taught me in school, but every single day learning new things and teaching myself. And that knowledge of self, that understanding, right? That understanding just does not stop and end with me. It's taking that information and sharing it with others. I want you guys to stand in your power. I want you guys to stand in your power. Get to know who you are. Get to know where you come from. I want you guys to walk in peace, to walk in love, to walk in light. I want you guys to be so strong that there is nothing in this world that can stop you from being the best version of yourself. You may not be for everybody, and that's okay. But as long as you're there for yourself, you're good. I want you guys to take the information that you find and share it in your community. Share it in your family. Even if people think you're a little crazy, there's always one. There's always one that's willing to listen. Shout out to that one person that's willing to listen. It's time for us to get real, guys, and heal. It definitely is. While I have your attention today, I want to share with you that I have a group called Yeshua's Lightworkers. You can do a search for it. I changed the name. Totally forgot what the new name is. I don't know. I'm horrible with names. But this is a group where I'll be sharing information about spirituality and also information about the natives of this land. The information that is hidden from us, that was taken away from us through the invasion many, many years ago. It's okay to have knowledge of self and to be one within your spirituality. So if you want to join, come on and join. I'd love to have you. I just got to take a moment. I got to take a moment and just like settle my nerves, settle my nerves down on this journey. I have been through a lot over the past year. Throughout this solar return, I got out of a relationship, as you guys know, moved back home with my parents, found out a lot about myself, grew some locks, wrapped my hair up, was praising deities, ancient deities, and then took them all off my altar. Now I'm just connecting to my ancestors. I'm growing. I'm changing. I'm evolving. And what I may say today may be totally different tomorrow. And that's okay. I have to sit with the fact that that's okay. I have to sit with the fact that I'm not perfect. And I feel like I do need to say this because I feel like I just do. Clean, to make sure my karma is clean. If there is anyone out there that I have hurt for whatever reason, or might have been misunderstood by my words or by my actions, I apologize. I just hope that you begin to think more with your mind and with your heart and think about motives. Because sometimes when you're in the entertainment business or you're in the world of business, period, some people come with ill will. Some people come with just ill will. They don't come with the truth. They come with motives to serve themselves. And they like to tear down everything around them so they can get closer to their goals. So I want you guys to move carefully in this world. Protect yourself. Love yourself. Heal yourself. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm pretty exhausted. We might have to go into an early music break today because I'm getting a little tired. It takes a lot to talk for 2 hours. And yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm really, really good. I'm at a good place. So with that being said, I'm going to check out a little early. I'm a little exhausted. But I hope you guys join me next week, live right here in the Win DC Radio studio. It's your girl, Azure Netzrugaya. Next week, we're going to talk about the common denominator. Yeah, right? Being the common denominator. Is it you or is it everybody else? We're going to get into character defects and we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into shadow work and how to do that. I talk a lot about shadow work, but do you guys even know what that is? Do you guys even know how to take a look at yourself and do your own inner inventory? So next week will be another free 99 workshop live right here on the Win DC Radio app and YouTube channel. Bring a friend, tell a friend. If you are watching me on the social media platforms, do me a favor and please, a wonderful birthday present. Like, share, and comment on this video. I am a self-supporting independent radio station or radio show. I have a few sponsors, but not that many. But I'm here doing all of this for you. Crying on the microphone, pouring out my heart on the microphone, all that jazz, being vulnerable. I took my shoes off like Patty LaBelle, I ain't got no shoes on. I show up every Sunday to share my message of hope and understanding with each and every one of you. Sometimes in this journey, you feel so alone. Sometimes when you're removing the people, places, and things that are no longer serving of you, you feel so alone. You feel threatened. You feel vulnerable. You don't know whether you want to hide in your room or if you want to come out for the world to see. That is all a part of your growth and your development. And I am here each and every step of your way. Make sure you follow me on my social media platforms. I'm divine_Azure, Azure, on Instagram. You also have Love Now Radio on Instagram. And you have Goddess of the Now Radio on Facebook. Make sure you go and like the page. But you guys, we got this. We got each and every piece of this. And to my black woman, my melanin woman, just imagine if there was a day without us. Because I swear we need to have a sit out. We need to stop going into their stores. We need to stop going into their businesses. We need to take a day where we go deep into prayer and we are nowhere to be found, baby. Because if a president feels as though he got big enough kahunas to talk ish about us after we done fed and raised their babies, well, he got another thing coming. You think he was scared when he was talking ish about the Haitians? Just watch what happens to him now he done brought up the black woman. The black woman. Anyway, guys, walk in peace, walk in love, walk in light. Thank you again for joining me. It's your girl Azure Netsurugaya, and I'll see you next week. Live right here on the WinDC Radio app and social media platforms. You can find me each and every Sunday from 11 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like and share this video if you're watching me on Facebook or YouTube. That's all I got. Enjoy the rest of your week. Set your intentions to be great, to be amazing. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's a long, long way from love, but you never be alone. 'Cause I'm here for you, baby, always to sing your melody back to my heart. Long, long day when you're gone, I can almost hear you say it.